And coming up in the next 60 minutes.
News360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
ECOWAS court declares as unlawful and fines Ghana for violating the rights of New Force spokesperson Shalima Abusi. We'll hear from her lawyers tonight.
Leader of NPP caucus in Parliament, Alexander Marking, formally petitioned Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin to urgently recall the House on November 28 and 29 to address critical government business requiring immediate attention.
Also in the bulletin tonight, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools demand urgent action from government to pay debts to enable the administration of senior high schools across the country.
In business news this evening, we'll bring you some updates in the world of business. And in international news, Senegalese President Bassirou Faye's party went 130 out of 165 seats in legislative elections, securing a clear majority, a mandate to pursue promised reforms.
We've got details of all these stories, plus many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on X. To begin with, the majority leader in Parliament, Alexander Marking, has formally petitioned the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, to urgently recall the House to address critical government business requiring immediate attention. The request follows the indefinite adjournment of Parliament on November 7, when Speaker Alban Bagbin suspended proceedings due to the absence of business statements from the Business Committee. Well, in a letter dated Friday, November 22, 2024, and signed by Alexander Marking, the NPP caucus suggested Thursday, November 28 and Friday, November 29, 2024 as suitable dates for the emergency recall. The letter also urged Speaker Bagbin to exercise his constitutional mandate under the Standing Orders 57.3 and 58.4 to reconvene Parliament and address the outstanding business of the House. And let me now take you through the business slated for the recall. The reason essentially why the NPP is calling on the Speaker to reconvene Parliament. They are requesting for, Parliament to be recalled to look at essential tax exemptions for designated beneficiaries under the One District, One Factory program. Also, the Ghana Financial Stability Fund, an international development association facility of $250 million. Also, the consideration of the President's nominations for appointment as justices of the Supreme Court. Well, other matters to be looked at when Parliament is reconvened are the ratification of mining lease agreements between Ghana and the Ashanti Bauxite Company Limited for the mining of bauxite in the Nyinahine Block 2 area in the Etrimamponia district of the Ashanti region. Also, the ratification of mining lease agreement between Ghana and Barari DV Ghana Limited for the exploitation of lithium at Eswoim in the central region. Others include bails on the Environmental Protection Agency 2024, the Social Protection Bill 2023 as well. So quite a number of important legislations expected to be looked at when Parliament reconvenes on the said date.
Away from that, the new force has expressed satisfaction after a recent ruling by the ECOWAS court, which confirmed that the Republic of Ghana violated the rights of its spokesperson, Shalima Abusi. The new force, in a statement, noted that the ruling underscores its commitment to justice and accountability in a democratic society. The court's decision comes after a series of unlawful actions which were taken against Ms. Abusi, including her wrongful arrest and subsequent rearrest by the Ghana Immigration Service. These unlawful actions caused significant damage to her personal and professional standing, amplifying the gravity of the injustice. Now, despite the state prosecutor dropping all charges against her, Ms. Abusi was unlawfully detained and faced immediate illegal deportation. The ECOWAS court ruled that the rearrest and illegal deportation of Ms. Abusi were in violation of Article 6 of the Liberty of People and has mandated compensation from the Ghanaian government.
A reminder is to watch News 360, our major news bulletin for the day. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. The Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey has cast doubt on the president's claims of supervising and protecting the restoration of Ghana's forest resources, arguing that it contradicts the ecological realities on the ground. The group alleges that over the last 8 years, the government has permitted the destruction of forest reserves through illegal mining and mining within forest reserves.
Before we bring that to you, let's go on to the phone lines now and speak to lawyer Francis Xavier Sosu. He is one of the lawyers who represented Shalima Abusi. Good evening, counsel, and thank you for joining us on News 360.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to your cherished viewers.
Now, tell us, what does this case reveal about the broader challenges to human rights and political freedoms here in Ghana?
Well, the case clearly reveals the attack on political actors and how the state uses the state machinery to wrongly target people they perceive to be political opponents. Clearly, we all saw what happened last year when this issue of Shalima came up and how the state dealt with the matter, and exactly what we had issues with, which was dropping of charges and subsequently arresting her in that Rambo style amidst public spectacle, and then sending her to an unknown location only for you to deport her. Was exactly what the court said was wrong, and that it violated, her right to liberty. And I don't think that tells a good story, to the world of Ghana and how we deal with, other foreign persons who are here in Ghana. But I'm happy that at least this case and this judgment reassures everyone that even when there are violations, if you are only bold enough to take those violations up, you won't be able to get a remedy.
Okay, but how then will you ensure that the government of Ghana complies with the court's order that compensation must be given to Ms. Abusi?
Well, it's a long process. I mean, we're now going to have the full judgment, God willing, by Monday, and then we'll trigger the processes. And indeed, it wasn't even so much even about the compensation, but the fact that how she was dealt with, how her person was dealt with, was a violation of her right to liberty. And then also, quite apart from that, the manner in which she was deported left many other, unanswered questions, because she had some properties around. I mean, she had acquired some assets around, and because of the manner in which she was deported, a lot of those things do not have any closure. But we are hoping that on the back of this decision, the various legal processes could be triggered for her to get not only a compensation, but also retrieve some of her belongings as well as her assets, which are currently in limbo because she's not around to follow them.
Grateful for your time this evening, Counsel. Francis Xavier Sosu is one of the lawyers who represented Shalima Abusi of the New Force.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Now, the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey has cast doubts on the president's claim of supervising and protecting the restoration of Ghana's forest resources, arguing that it contradicts the ecological realities on the ground.
President Akufo-Addo, during the COP29 conference, claimed that 721,000 hectares of forests have been restored since 2017.
We have made strides. The Green Ghana project has planted 50 million trees, and forest restoration efforts have covered 721,000 hectares since 2017 when I came to office. 13 mitigation actions have cut annual greenhouse gas emissions by 43% since 2021.
But the Coalition Against Galamsey says the president's statement is pretentious, as his administration has failed to protect Ghana's forests from the ills of illegal mining. Dara Bosu is a member of the Anti-Galamsey Coalition.
Right now, if you take a look at what has happened and taking stock of the damage with respect to our forests and what we are claiming to have achieved, we cannot really be confident and be happy at all with what. I think that it's been very deplorable and it's been retrogressive if we look at what we set ourselves to do before his tenure of office began.
Also, President Akufo-Addo has commissioned the first section of the $3 billion Ghana-Burkina Faso interconnectivity project in Tema, the 19-kilometer Tema and Pakadan standard gauge railway line and diesel multiple unit trains will augment Ghana's railway system in the nation's quest to revitalize the sector. My colleague George Quaining reports.
Ghana's railway sector in the 2000s witnessed the rehabilitation of existing lines, the construction of new ones, and the introduction of modern trains after years of neglect. As part of its revitalization efforts, there's been a conscious effort to ensure the sector thrives. The commissioning of the 97-kilometer Mpakadan standard gauge railway line and the diesel multiple unit trains comes at a time where vehicular traffic and transport challenges have become the norm. The railway line is the first section of the $3 billion Ghana-Burkina Faso interconnectivity project. Sector Minister John Peter Amewu highlighted the infrastructure development in the railway sector by the Akufo-Addo-led administration. President Akufo-Addo reiterated the government's unwavering commitment to ensuring the benefits are maximized.
Of this railway line will generate significant direct and indirect employment opportunities, uplifting countless Ghanaian households. This project is far more than just a railway line. It is a lifeline that will empower communities, invigorate businesses, and strengthen industries, ultimately making Ghana more resilient and prosperous. However, its success depends not just on its construction, but also on our collective commitment to safeguard and maintain this critical national asset.
The modern train will be operational after safety checks, and fares will be lower than the usual bus fares, according to management. How affordable will the fares be?
Okay, so the fares are comparable to the buses that moves on that route. So that's what we did. We didn't make it more, we just made it around the same figure. Don't forget that this line is supposed to extend all the way to the north and to our neighboring country, up Ghana. So we are expecting that if we do well with our service, we'll end up getting more trains on this line.
The route includes Temahabo, Afienya, Shai Hills, Doyum, Pon, Adome, and Mpakadan. Inside the train are charging ports, free Wi-Fi, restrooms, and litter bins.
Elsewhere, the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools say a failure of government to pay them arrears could potentially grind the administration of senior high schools across the country to a halt. Now, according to school heads, debts owed in fees and for carton food items across the country have been in arrears since 2021. In a leaked letter to the Education Minister, the school heads also fear possible shortage of food as critical food items have not been supplied for months now. Let's walk you through details of their concerns. So as part of their demands, they want the release of outstanding payments for recurrent fees owed to schools since the 2021 academic year. They also want a refund of monies meant for carton food items from regional zone food centers, amongst others. They also want to ensure the immediate supply of adequate food items. As part of their demands, they want debts owed because of the non-payment of the recurrent fees that the school heads have not been paid for some time now to be paid. They want some key food items that have not been supplied to schools since the inception of the 2024-2025 academic year also to be supplied them. They say this has made the feeding of students very difficult for school management and is now even creating some disciplinary problems and an uneasy calm on school campuses. There's more of the story on Ghana Tonight at 10 p.m. with Alfredo Kansei.
We are your election command center. Let's bring you some political stories. Now, presidential candidate of the NPP has commissioned a 50 million cedi watermelon factory at Waliwali in the northeast region. The watermelon factory, according to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, will create 800 direct jobs and 8,000 indirect jobs. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who commissioned the project, said so far over 150 factories have been built under the One District, One Factory program.
Party supporters welcomed the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Muhammad Baumia, to the grounds to commission the watermelon factory. The watermelon factory is under the One District, One Factory program. It's expected to provide 800 jobs and 8,000 indirect jobs. Flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Muhammad Baumia, who commissioned the project, said this will help address unemployment situation in the area. He also indicated that under the NPP, over 150 factories have been built under the One District, One Factory program.
We in the NPP, we believe in possibilities, in making things happen. Our opponents, on the other hand, don't believe in possibilities. They believe in impossibilities. That is the mindset. But today, under One District, One Factory, we have completed over 150 factories in Ghana.
Minister of Finance, Dr. Amin Adam, indicated that the NPP government has ensured strong macroeconomic stability,
which has also already demonstrated that the economy has recovered strongly. Last year, we were supposed to grow at 1.5%. We grew at 2.9%, which means that this economy is back to the growth trajectory of the period before COVID. This is the job the president and the vice president have done to bring our economy back to life.
Later, Dr. Muhammad Baumia commissioned a mosque at Waliwali. The mosque is to serve as an education and training center and prayer. The flag bearer proceeded to address party faithful at the Baumia Connect. He appealed to them for vote to ensure that under his presidency, massive development will take place in Ghana.
Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has mocked the NPP, claiming he has become a nightmare for them in the run-up to the elections. Now, some leading members of the party have in recent times, in an attempt to ask their supporters for votes, rather called for votes for John Mahama. Now, speaking in Somenya of the Lower Manya Krobo constituency, John Mahama says his acts of accountability is already haunting the NPP.
You know, when the leaders of NPP sleep, the person they dream about is John Mahama. Any night they sleep, it is John Mahama they are dreaming about. And that is why Nana Akufo-Addo says Akufo-Addo Mahama administration. It came out of his mouth because every day he's dreaming about Mahama. The Ashanti regional chairman, he said, so when you go and vote for John Dramani Mahama. They say, hey. And just when I was coming here to Odumase, I saw another video. Their running mate, Napo, he was saying who they should vote for. So he said, vote for John Mahama. Then they whispered to him. He didn't hear. He said, so when you vote for Mahama. Then they said, no, Baumia. Na Mudima de Krontia, me amijina hey, minti me nkum once nampo, and so MP before Surumi.
You're still watching News 360, our major news bulletin for the day. Let's know what you make of our headline stories tonight. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages and share your comments with us. We promise to rebroadcast them to the rest of the world. This is News 360. We'll be back shortly.
I am a Christian and I belong to the Assemblies of God Church. Ordinarily, building a house of God is something that we all do. I contributed monies in my local Assemblies of God branch to build our church, and it's created an environment for us to praise and worship our God. But I don't condone stealing in the name of God. And that is what has happened in the case of this National Cathedral. And we are sure that public funds were not going to be used for the National Cathedral. Unfortunately, we hear that 300 and something million has gone into it. Where did those payments go? Were they justified? Who did they go to? These are all things that we have to unravel. And I think that that is the first thing we do before we even decide what to do with that huge pit. And if people have, illegally and unlawfully taking the monies of the people of Ghana, they must be made to refund those monies.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
I love President Charcoal. Why?
When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste.
That's both charcoal and lemon.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Look right here.
Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has two of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced?
Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal.
There is a business in every woman. And then she works, juggling all that matters to her in seeming effortlessness. One thing is for sure, there is a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Accelerate your growth with finance and investment initiatives. Extend your reach with a free business website, access to digital and physical marketplace. Be empowered through exclusive networking and thought leadership platforms. Enjoy bonus reward with our Red Loyalty and lots more. To benefit from this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel. Connecting energies. in the life feels heavy. But then hope arrives. Star 446 hash saves you in the Dewa Top Money Draw at 10 a.m. Congratulations! Even better, like life, Dewa 539 gives another chance for those who miss their morning Top Money Draw to get lucky in the daily Dewa Rush Hour Draw at 1:30 p.m. Play every day. And we're from social life. Star 446 hash. Nika Dewa 539 direct to know. Next 7 o'clock and you 24 hours. 3 daily draws at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Dewa 539 is designed to save you in the moments that matter most. Play every day, win every day. Dewa after.
Baby. We're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Who do we see to bank? Keep it pretty, no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on.
Want us to escalate the irrigation system and want to take advantage of the black voter as well, the white voter and OT.
Dr. Peter Boama Otokuno, on the other hand, revealed the National Democratic Congress NDC candidate John Dramani Mahama's plans to establish farmer service centers if the party is elected.
President Mahama is saying that inputs are the main cost of the food prices because the inputs prices have gone exceedingly high. I mean, it has gone beyond the roofs, and farmers are unable to even buy the inputs, so they are cutting down on their production. That is those who are even still willing to produce. Most of them have even gone out of production, and they are not producing anymore. So we are going to tackle this issue of input cost, input availability, and input quality through the Farmer Services Center.
The Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana pledged to ensure that the next government delivers on its agricultural promises to improve the sector.
We cannot do our work without what? The inputs as in seed, as in fertilizer, and of course we are looking at credit for farmers. In fact, these are policies that they have explained. We are going to look at them critically. Our farmers are also watching across the country. Come January 2025, whoever becomes the president of Ghana, we are going to make sure by one, we are going to work with them, we are going to hold you accountable, and will ensure that those programs are implemented for the benefit of the farmer.
The event brought together farmers and other stakeholders in the agricultural value chain to share their perspectives, concerns and other expectations from the winning party.
In other news tonight, Chief Director for the Ministry of Works and Housing, Reverend Stephen Yaosei, is calling for collaboration in solving Ghana's housing deficit. At the Diaspora Property Expo 2025 launch, Reverend Osei called on stakeholders to create a sustainable housing market offering hope and opportunities to all Ghanaians.
The Chief Director, speaking at the Diaspora Property Expo 2025 launch, emphasized the urgent need for innovative and inclusive solutions to address affordability and accessibility challenges in the housing sector, particularly for vulnerable populations.
Low to middle income households are disproportionately affected, facing limited options and are priced in the housing market in Ghana. Many continue to resort to substandard and insecure housing arrangements. This situation underscores the urgent need for innovative and inclusive solutions that address affordability.
Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, Greda Samuel Amegaibo, urged the diaspora community to exclusively conduct housing transactions with registered developers.
You know the situation where sometimes they pass on their money to their relatives to build or buy houses for them, and it becomes problems. But with this arrangement, our people there will be able to interact directly with some of our developers within the system and engage and then agree on something, and then through a process eventually own a property.
And that's it for the very latest in the world of business. For more business news stories, do also visit our website. It's www.3news.com.
Imagine a Ghana where your dreams are not defined by the tribe you're from, and your job is not decided by the party you support, but by the strength of our nation and the promise it holds. A Ghana where opportunity is equally based on every faith, every region, every district and every constituency. Where true unity exists and diversity is our power. A Ghana where all 16 regions are activated with industries, development and purpose to yield economic prosperity. And picture leadership that is not bound by party rules, but by the needs of the people. A government that is decided by the voice of the people. This is the vision of Nana Kwame Bediako and the New Force. We stand for everyone, for the youth, the women, men and the elderly. So when you step into that polling booth on December 7th, vote for Nana Kwame Bediako, number 12 on the ballot, with the 12 pillars under the apostolic governance, the 12 ministries, New Force, and Nida Swaba.
Good business means seeing the possibilities,
and maximizing opportunities. Making sure you have a responsive support system. Backs your business goals. A partner that gives you a stable platform with reliable connectivity and seamless solutions, and better understands the tools required to take you to the next level. With so many moving parts in running a business, we do our best to provide you with some stability. The only kind of stability you can find with MTN Business Broadband, the fastest and most reliable internet provider in Ghana, making sure you stay ahead and stay connected, because we understand what makes your business tick.
Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh or call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111.
MTN.
I'm a Ghanaian and I love luxury accredited faith and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana. Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana. Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana.
Ghana. This message brought to you from the luxury accredited faith.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Fire pomudi ni agubio Ghana fueni age efi say ya your local spices na ya frafra dia ya sankofa natural spice
me de go me jollof mu ni me still ahodoma e ma ne dance
Stanley, the barbecue they go on.
sankofa natural spices and one you use 100% natural.
Adofo, mamunye huge mistake. Sankofa natural spices. FDA
Come on.
Darling Natural Twists blend with her hair over time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
She's really more beautiful every week. Darling Natural Twists get better every day, just like you.
Mahama once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the dead goat syndrome.
Dada Noir. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus, up to 16 gig extended RAM, world's slimmest, smooth, Corning Gorilla Glass, AMOLED display, fingerprint, always on display, advanced fast charger, AI eraser, wow, new hot, dual speakers, Infinix Hot 50 Pro Plus, Infinix Hot 50 series.
Ho! Christmas is in the air, and it all starts at Electroma. Get amazing gift vouchers worth up to 5,000 Ghana cedis, plus incredible discount of up to 60% on all your favorite electronics, from smart TVs to washing machines, refrigerators, mobiles, laptops, and more. Get the best deals on all big brands like LG, Broom, Samsung, Philips, Orient, Infinix, Tecno, Tamashi, Pico, Itel, HP, and many more. Call or WhatsApp us on 0552 777 905. Celebrate Christmas full with goodies only at Electromart, your world of electronics.
Here's Kwame and Yao. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
Thank you for staying with us on News 360. Before we bring you some sports news, let's run this by you. 16 individuals have been rewarded with various electronic appliances in the weekly wins of the Luckiest giveaway promo ahead of the grand draw on November 30. By dialing star 712 hash, individuals can win up to 50 million cedis.
The Luckiest is a seasonal lottery first ever in Ghana, in partnership with NLA Caritas Lottery, to offer players the chance to win various life-changing cash prizes. The weekly lucky winners ahead of the grand draw received items ranging from television sets, refrigerators, microwaves, and other electronic appliances.
It seeks to make people richer. It seeks to recover people from economic hardships. This is what the Luckiest seeks to do. It seeks to make more Ghanaians millionaires. Because last year, a millionaire was made, and this year, another millionaire is going to be made. That won't be just the million that we won. There are other prizes that are going to be won. Some people are going to win, like I mentioned earlier, 700,000, 500,000, 100,000, 50,000, 10,000, a lot of prizes are going to be given out. All that you have to do from now till the 30th of November is to dial star 712 hash and become a participant.
84-year-old Andrew Safari was the oldest to get the draw. He won a TV set and said he will give it to his granddaughter because he used her phone to partake.
But I think it's rare. I'm here and I've received my prize. So I think, as I said, this is a promotion. If you don't take part, you can't win, right? It's also a game of chance. I used my granddaughter's name to do it, number to do it, so it's for her.
For the first time in Ghana, over 10,000 people can win at a time to live their dreams and change their community.
Congratulations!
Bill Eshen has joined us with some sports news.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Eshen. Let's begin from the news just coming in from women's football. The Black Queens, Ghana's senior women's national team, has been drawn in Group C of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations alongside South Africa, Tanzania and Mali. South Africa won the previous competition 2 years ago and will be looking to defend their crown. Tanzania will be making their second ever appearance in the competition after last playing in 2010. And Mali, currently ranked 81st in the world, have not played at the tournament since 2018, where they lost to Ghana in the third place playoffs. The Black Queens themselves will be playing in the tournament for the first time since 2018, and the competition is set to take place from the 5th to the 26th of July 2025 in Morocco. Now let's move on. Nations FC defender Razak Simpson has been living the dream in the last few days after making his debut for the Black Stars at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Although the Black Stars failed to qualify for the competition itself, the 26-year-old is proud of his achievements, and Emmanuel Owusu tells the story.
After a few training sessions with the Black Galaxies, Razak Simpson felt ready to compete against Nigeria at the CHAN qualifiers. He had met Black Stars coach Otuado during one of his visits to the team. While the coach praised the 26-year-old for his tenacity, he did not make anything of it until he received an unexpected phone call. just days before Ghana's final 2 AFCON qualifier games against Angola and Niger.
I was there, then he called me and he said, "Oh, Razak Simpson, congratulations," and he spoke to me and everything. He said that he will be calling me 12 o'clock. The day we announced it there, and he spoke to me. He said he will call me. After the call, I go down on my knees. I pray to God. I thank God and everything that my dream is finally true.
The step up was a huge one for the centre-back. Weeks prior, he was earning clean sheets and man of the match awards with Nations FC, providing a commanding presence at the back in the Ghana Premier League. After his name was mentioned in Otuado's squad, Simpson knew he had a point to prove. The former Ashanti Gold man earned his first start against Angola, and while Ghana failed to win and in addition failed to qualify to the AFCON for the first time in 20 years, Simpson was singled out as one of the nation's best performers, earning great praise on social media. He was trusted again against Niger and showed his quality. Now he's back with Nations FC and is hoping to get another shot in March 2025.
After the game, they all told me like it's a good game. I have a good match, but I have to put everything, even the coach, Kudus, Jordan, even Dede also, like I have to put it behind us. We have a World Cup qualifiers, and hopefully if I'm being called to go and play the World Cup qualifier, I have to go and put up my best again. So right now this is gone. It's really, really disappointing. Like it hurts, it pains, but we have to put it behind us and go again. And hopefully we'll come back stronger. Yeah, Blasters will come back stronger.
The Black Stars are going through one of its worst periods ever. Confidence among fans has been at an all-time low. However, Razak has provided some hope for a turnaround in the future.
A debut to remember for Razak Simpson. Bringing an end to the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Billy Shen, and entertainment is up next.
Who is the biggest liar in Ghana? Let's see what Google says. It looks like Dr. Bawumia. Yes, it's him.
In the northern part of our country where you come from, Andamono, can you beat your chest and say, yeah, yet this signature project in the north?
I think the most important project here in the north since independence, a Pualugu Dam project.
Okay.
Is the biggest investment. We're here as a signature project, and in Ebeda #1, so there's no doubt about that.
A few moments later,
I have no doubt in my mind, and I was championing the Pualugu Dam. We have not yet been able to do it, but by the grace of God, I believe we are going to do the Pualugu Dam. It has to be done.
Hey, no more lies. Enough is enough. Ghana deserves better. Let's bring back someone who delivers.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Today, we thank you very much.
To thrive.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I go score goals like them, the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper. Moko show.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Sanlam and Allianz is now Sanlam Allianz, Africa's largest insurer.
Do not assume that your name is in the register. Go personally to your polling station.
Driver, I beg, turn off the radio. Nobody is voting this year. I repeat,
No one is voting.
Hey, my brother, cool down. What's going on? Why the heat?
I won't waste my time standing in a long queue under the scorching sun to vote for nothing.
Charlie, my brother, I feel you. After all these years of NDC and NPP, what do we have to show? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
In 2000, we said, NPP go fit do better. We gave them the chance. In 2008, we said, NDC go fit change things. We gave them the chance. In 2016, said again, let's give NPP another shot. And now, 2024, we want to repeat the same broken cycle. It no go work.
You're not wrong, oh. This is why me, no, they follow that path anymore. This duopoly has to break. That's why I say we should support Alan Kwejo Chirematin. This man will transform Ghana for real with his great transformational plan. Alan Chirematin is credible, competent, and experienced. With him, it won't be the same old, same old. As for me and my whole family, we are solid yellow army.
Hey, my guy, you are making sense. Oh, for the first time, I feel hope. No more wasted boots. It's Alan's time.
Dead spices, taste gains. But dead spices, yeah, what Jenny say, nanya good taste. If we say, yeah, the natural spices, and yeah, you're gonna hey yao. Annie, you want all purpose, stew, noodles, curry, and nutmeg, and a jollof. Dead spices, taste yummy, taste lemon. Dead spices, taste gains.
Every child is so unique. You like no other. Outstanding in every way. It's me like no other. So anytime you walk and play, you like no other. You are special like Indomie. It's me like no other.
Did you know that every child on the planet has their own unique fingerprint like no other?
You like no other.
I can play the drums. I'm talented.
It's me like no other.
I can sing. I can dance.
You like no other.
As well as their own unique talents and abilities.
I can cook. I can paint. You like no other. Indomie. It's you like no other.
So every day, in whatever you do, remember you are special in your own way, like no other.
Thank you, Mom, for letting me know I'm special and for making me my special Indomie.
Thank you, Mommy. I love my Indomie.
This advert is FDA approved.
There is a business in every woman. And then she works, juggling all that matters to her in seeming effortlessness. One thing is for sure, there is a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Accelerate your growth with finance and investment initiatives. Extend your reach with a free business website, access to digital and physical marketplace. Be empowered through exclusive networking and thought leadership platforms. Enjoy bonus reward with our Red Loyalty and lots more. To benefit from this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by
Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Powered by 3 Entertainment.
Well, good evening. Let's get into some entertainment news updates here on News360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, Ghanaian reggae and Afrobeat sensation Stonebwoy has opened up about his collaboration with the Jamaican dancehall queen Spice on Jiggle and Wine. Now, during an appearance on TV3, Stonebwoy shared insights into their creative partnership and explored the cultural ties between Jamaica and Ghana. The two artists' collaboration not only bridges their musical styles, but also highlights the shared heritage between the two nations. Known for his genre-bending sound, Stonebwoy reviewed how their collaboration came to life, blending reggae, Afrobeats, and dancehall to create something truly unique with the queen of Jamaican dancehall, Spice.
Sexy girl, I'm the queen
from Jamaica, link up in Ghana. Black sexy
So the Queen and I have been in touch, met each other a few times, and then last year she actually messaged me and said, "Bang, I'm coming to Ghana with a few friends of mine.
Okay.
What do I do?" When I caught a glimpse of it, I realized that, okay, we had to do something as well. There was no rush in our communication to do something, but we knew we were going to do it. So when that beat hit, the same moment when I was listening to it, I took a screenshot and I sent to her. I'm like, you know, a video, and I sent to her. So immediately she said she loved it. So I just now fixed it up. And I said, this is going to be the last song to make the album.
No, but I have to interject because you have to let them know this was like 3 days before the album was ready. He was like, I want it back by Monday. And I'm like, what?
He spoke about the artistic chemistry with Spice, who has been a trailblazer in the dancehall scene. But it wasn't just about music. Stonebwoy delved into shared roots between Ghana and Jamaica, emphasizing the cultural and historical connections that unite these two nations, from their shared love for reggae to the spirit of resilience.
This collaboration was always supposed to happen as far as I'm concerned, and she finding a little window to come to Ghana and then also pushing away her stuff to do 3 more days tells you that the Afro dancehall that I've been preaching from years is not only embedded in my heart, it's embedded in the hearts of the Jamaicans who own dancehall. But ultimately, for the fact that we are all from one root and are doing amazingly globally, there's a need to connect more and show this type of unity.
After spending several days in Ghana, Spice also shared some of her good times in the country.
I'm happy I stayed. It was very emotional for me. I'm just learning, you know, and seeing and walking through and, you know, the historical journey. It was emotional, but I'm happy I stayed, and I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to tell people about the food.
Okay.
I'm going to tell, I'm telling people about the food, how good the food is. I love the food. I'm going to tell them about Cape Coast Castle. I'm going to tell them about the ambience, the music, how it looks like Jamaica, the similarities, the people, how they're so nice and welcoming. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like Jamaicans are very feisty. You know, we're kind of very feisty, but it was just so welcoming.
The collaboration symbolizes more than just an artistic achievement. It's a testament to the power of music to connect people across the globe as they continue to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean through their powerful sounds. Well, that'll be it for the entertainment news segment here on News 360, but do make sure to tune in on Sunday at 8 p.m. for TV3 Mentor and vote for your favorite contestant. My name is Noella Donko.
Thanks very much, Noella Donko, for the very latest in the world of entertainment. That's all for News 360. Thanks very much for watching. For more news, log on to our website. It's 3news.com. My name is Pa Kwesi Asari.
And I'm Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Have a good evening.
Just As Tonight is brought to you by Onga, Betway, Frutelli, Calipo.
I did not pick it, I pick it, hey, I did not pick it, I pick it, shaking my meal, I get it, baby, I swap it.
Yep, it's Friday night, it's time for Just As Tonight. This is the show for your Friday night enjoyment. Get ready for a night filled with some laughter, a lot of laughter, competition, bantering, and lots of twists and turns with the guys and girls on the show tonight. My name is Na Ashako.